Hi everybody, welcome to another video. Once again, I've got a figure from the vintage collection, Star Wars vintage collection. This time I've got Teebo the Ewok. Right, so Teebo the Ewok is in a vintage card which resembles the original one from the 80s. Right, what have I got to say about this figure? When we compare it to its original 80s counterpart, it is much smaller in size, of course. So obviously you will notice that it also has a lot more of articulation because the original one had not 5, because the Ewoks had their heads molded onto their bodies, but only 4, 2 arms and 2 legs. Right, so as far as detailing goes, back then in the 80s, it was very, very detailed. You've got the details of the fur, which confer them, a nice aura. So as far as the accessories go, so it was possible to remove this helmet, which was made of a softer, rubbery plastic. Okay, it's got the axe, right, also made from a softer plastic, and this accessory which looks like a horn. Well, throughout Jedi you see many Ewoks sounding their horns as a sign of danger. Actually, when we compare this figure to the picture that we can see on this packaging, the immediate difference is that the cowl that the character wore originally on the movie is so much different from the Kenner version. Well, this has been corrected on this figure, although if you take a closer look, you also have the smaller headpiece that you can put, which pretty much resembles the original one. So this is a plus. It has been a correction which has been made. Right, it also has a small knife besides the axe made of stone and wood. Okay, so this has been an improvement, I was saying, and I remember that when the Phantom Menace first came out, there were a lot of people that were angry because, well, the Gungans were, how can I say this, silly. Yes, they were. But if you go back some years, I remember a lot of people being angry at the Ewoks in '83 because they weren't exactly the most serious of species. Well, guess what? As a child growing up in the 80s, I loved the Ewoks. So you definitely have to cut him some slack, because I know that Star Wars isn't made wholly for children, but it is also made for children. So I'm pretty willing to say that those people growing up in the 90s and the late 90s, early 2000s, they found the Gungans, well, nice, interesting, funny, whatever, Jar Jar, cool. The campaign that was made against Jar Jar, all these years have gone by and I feel it was treated wrongfully. It actually was. Right, so we've got here an Ewok, its earliest version and its latest version. And this video would have ended right here were I not to have rummaged through my stuff and found this 5-pack of Ewoks from quite some years ago. The problem, you got some other Ewoks, you got Fletchy, Nanta, Kinesa, and Tippett, and in the middle of the pack, you've got, yes, you guessed it, Teebo. And it's not a different sculpt. It's a repack from this figure. Yes, I know, when we mention repacks and repaints, things start getting a bit blurry and it's not as nice as if it were just an original sculpting for the figure. Although in this case, I must confess that I bought it for the card, and as I plan to keep it carded, this is got to be my favorite version, not for the figure itself, but for its surroundings, in this case the package. And my favorite version, of course, of the recent ones, because my all-time favorite one has got to be the 1983 version of it. Right, you guys, it has been a blast once again. Hope to see you soon. Take care, stay safe, stay strong.